All right. I guess we're going to go live here. Is this working? Tell me if this is working. Looks like we have an excellent connection. I'm going to pull up an iPad to see if this is actually working. But if you're seeing this, you're going to get kind of bored because I'm just testing out a new little setup here. So hopefully we can have some more interactive content in a sort of nice way. All right. Let's see who is talking, if anything. How does technology work? Oh, looks like it's working. Well, that's good. What's up, Jonathan? How's it going, man? And Jolly Pig and Super Pig. Cool. So what do you guys think? Does this work? I was kind of thinking that now that I've got this streaming thing set up, I now have the ability to like share my screen. So I was kind of thinking it'd be fun to do like some shopping because I'm in the market for some Aldens, I suppose. And I think it'd be cool to for me to prep a little bit and talk to some people at Alden and have them send me to some places to shop for different makeups and stuff. And then have it with the chat and stuff. It might be kind of fun to interact with everybody. But this is awkward because I can't see what people are saying unless I look at another thing. Andrew England, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm looking at myself from the past, and it looks pretty good. I mean, I got like crazy shadow on my face from the hat, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford the shell stuff, but it'd be kind of cool, certainly. And I don't know, like I kind of want to. I know a few people over at Alden, and I kind of want to have them send me to their retail partners, because I know all the different stores that sell Alden stuff do different things, and it'd be kind of fun for them to, help hopefully like highlight some of those cool new things that I've never seen before. Yeah, Shell Alden. My business partner Dan has some cigar indie boots that are pretty sweet that we did a video of a year ago now, probably, which is nuts. Time flies in COVID. But those are cool. I should have him do a follow-up. Yeah, Alden, Madison. And then there's stuff like, what's that place in Hawaii? Leather Soul. They've had some cool stuff. But yeah, so like exactly what you're saying, Jolly Pig, is what I want to find is like all the different stores that might have cool makeups and then pull them up on the stream. And then even look at like eBay. I've had a lot of questions in the past where people want to know, like, hey, is that real shell? And I think if I'm able to do this streaming and then add in like a web browser and put my face kind of smaller, like here, we can look at these things on eBay together, and I can show you what I look for to figure out if it's real shell or not. But yeah, all I wanted to do was try this out, and I'm surprised at how easy it was. When I first started doing videos and live streaming stuff, I tried this and couldn't get it to work, and I don't know why, because it's very simple. Oh, it looks like my audio is coming from this though, and not this. Can you hear when I tap this microphone? Huh. Maybe that's something to figure out. Let's do that together live while I test things out. This is all for your benefit, hopefully. Sources. Audio input capture. Hell yeah. All right. We're going to choose this blue mic and hit OK. Oh, man. Can you hear this better now? Maybe you're hearing both. I'm going to turn on my iPad so I can hear. gonna turn on my iPad so I can hear. Oh man, it totally works. It's kind of trippy to watch yourself, like from the past. Man, it totally works. It's kind of trippy to watch yourself, like from the past. Let's get an Inception video going here. Let's get an Inception video going here. I'm kind of over that already. All right, Cliff. Thanks for your help, Cliff. I've never used this. There's some software here called OBS. And again, I'm trying to get this camera that looks better than like a webcam, to give some better content here. And there's some ideas. The reasons I got these things set up was hopefully I can do more content in a little bit faster workflow. I notice now I'm like trying too hard making videos and like adding in crazy B-roll, and I'm spending like all day making videos, which like I should do every now and then. And like, it's kind of selfishly fun for me to learn how to use this camera that you're seeing right now. But I'm also spending like most of my time, probably inappropriately so, making videos as if I was like a filmmaker. I'm a leather crafter. So I need to, I think I should be a little bit more tasteful with my time and spend more time. Like, I'm really trying to develop more new products, things that aren't just wallets, which I'm getting pretty excited about. But yeah, like I think it might be cool to do this in the shop. And then also what I've been doing with my videos, I want to show all the stuff that we ship out every day. And it might be really cool to do that live and just limit it to a half hour, because I think if I don't press this button right here, this camera turns off after like a half hour. So we could do live streams of all the wallets that you guys are ordering. I like very much. I like seeing things that I've ordered in the past, seeing them before I get them. I thought was like a really exciting experience. And I've noticed as my time gets, my time commitments, I'm stretching myself very thin. I'm not able to do that content every day. And I know it could get a little stale. I'm trying to keep like the words that I say kind of fresh. But I think a live format might make more sense for showing things that are shipping out every day. And then I can take that live stream and cut it up and then post like a regular video with like just the pertinent information, things that you guys are chatting about. Like, I'm able to answer questions and like put it in that video. I think it can help more people understand more about the leather and then like get excited about the things that they picked up. So I think this might be the future of that. And then I can also do on the regular channel like a little bit more in-depth videos like we've been doing, like with the Venetian cream. And I went pretty deep on the leather thickness from Horween. I had a lot of fun doing that. I actually have to go to the Tannery tomorrow to meet with Skip about something else. I might try to film something while I'm there. But in fact, you know, if I'm going there tomorrow, is there anything you guys want to see? I got some fun comments on the Venetian cream video about the glazing jack that is horrifying looking, but it's, in all my years being in that tannery, nobody's ever gotten hurt on it. It does look very threatening, but it's totally safe. That machine, it kind of hits these strokes just in a line. So as long as you don't put your hand inside of the guards, you're not gonna get hurt. But yeah, it looks horrifying. All right. Each tap is a single shot of your favorite beverage. All right. These days I've been drinking a lot of bourbon, so actually we should do another drinking leather. I have so many. My words in the Ashland shop are, we have more good ideas than we have time, and that's another one where I've been talking to Esteban, who works at the Tannery. He's a chemist, and he did a video with me over a year ago now, talking about the leather tanning and all the chemistry that goes into the tanning. And he and I have been talking. It's kind of hard with COVID to like do most anything these days, like just to get people to chat. But we want to do a video in the tannery with him and myself talking about the retanning process, because we did the whole like drying and dehairing and curing part of the tanning and the chemistry behind that with Esteban like over a year ago, and I loved that video. If you haven't checked it out, I learned a lot from it. So if you want to know more about leather tanning, you should check out that video with him. It was a live stream and we did like a actual recording. But once you suck out all the oils that are going to rot in that leather, you have to nourish the skin again in a process called retanning. And there's so much to that process that I would love to get Esteban to talk about, like the materials that go in the tanning, which is another thing that I didn't know about before working at a tannery. So I'd imagine most people don't understand the materials that actually go in the leather during the tanning process and the retanning process. So that'd be cool to get him back and do that. Yeah. Cliff, you just got a Western one shot in ultraviolet. Wasn't sure when I ordered but talk about love at first sight. Damn, this is awesome. Yeah, man, that I'm really glad that you like it. That's what I'm going to the tannery tomorrow for, is Skip has some marbled ultraviolet for me to pick up, and I can't wait to see it. Every marble ultraviolet shell I've seen is crazy. But the ultraviolet's real weird. It's like in a lighting scenario like this room, it's just like can lights above me. So it's kind of dim. That ultraviolet can sort of read more of like a color 8, like a burgundy shade. But once you hit it in the sunlight or even just like tilt it around, it really has this like incredible vibrance to it. I love that color. And I mentioned in a video recently we did when I was back years ago when we developed that ultraviolet color, we developed 2 other colors alongside it. One of which is my favorite shell color, the amaretto, and the other one is the denim blue, which is now becoming a favorite for most people. There's the way that we made those dyes were less color combos. So let me try to explain that. It's like when you make color 8, there's no dye that is just color 8. It's like a mix of browns and burgundies and stuff and other colors. It's like a bunch of different colors to make color 8. But when we made the ultraviolet and amaretto and the denim, it's much more of like a pure dye. And I think that's where that vividness is coming from. It's like a really clear, clean looking color, where perhaps some of those mixed up other dyes tend to be like a little bit more washed out, a little bit more muddy. Hey, wow, there's people here for this random, stupid live stream. Hey, Bob's here. What's up, Bob? I haven't seen you in a bit. I think I last saw you at like in the beginning of COVID, man. So I hope you're doing well. And oh, you got the bugs and bison. Was that English tan bison? I think that's the only bison we've done, Cliff. Jonathan Luck says, will marbled amaretto ever be a thing? I don't think it will be. I mean, we can do it. I can ask them to do it. The problem, the thing that I've noticed is the marbled shells start to look kind of similar. Like marbled black has that sort of orange to green sort of range, and marbled blue kind of does the same thing. So there's some colors that like don't really make sense to marble. Like a marbled natural, you wouldn't get anything because there's no color to remove, and so there's no contrast of color. And the amaretto is such like a light amount. I don't know if it'd be worth doing, but maybe that's just because I love amaretto so much that I don't want to mess with my favorite. But we could do it. I think it would be really subtle. It might be super cool. So I can inquire about that. But yeah, some of the shades look pretty similar. Like marbled black kind of looks like marbled blue, and marbled cigar I think looks pretty similar to marbled color 8. People have been crazed for marbled cigar, which is awesome, but I think it's pretty close. It's just a little less purple, a little less burgundy, but they're pretty similar vibes. Oh yeah, dude, I was thinking about this Capone. I am still using this, and this camera's gonna try to focus on my eyes. But I was thinking about this wallet on the way home today. I have my choice of any wallet and any leather that Horween makes, and I can't get rid of this guy. I really, really like this English tan Dublin, and I really, really like the Capone. And I wasn't planning to talk about this, but um, I don't know, man. There's something really magical about the leather, which I'm like always excited about leather. I love leather. And the way it's molding here. Let's see if I can get my face out of the way. Actually, let me turn the... Here, I'll just manually focus this for you. Yeah, there you go. So, oh, oh my God, this is awkward. So the way that it's molding, see how it's like taking form, and then like how it's hitting the corner here, it's molding so nicely. I love it. I really, really like it. So I can't seem to get away from this design. Let me turn this back on. Focus. All right. So I can't seem to get away from the Capone. It's really nice. And I really noticed that, I've had the same amount of cash in my wallet for a year because I don't spend it because you can't. But I've noticed the way that this functions is really useful for me. So I'm going to try my best not to show my credit cards. But, my most used cards, I sort of have my business cards. Like we have a business credit card. I try to put that on one side, and then like I have a personal card that's like just me, and then my wife and I share a card, and I put that on the other side. So those are the things, and my driver's license. So the things that I use all the time, it's so nice to just like grab it out of here and use it. I love that. And then, if you have like a health insurance card that you use rarely, you just pop it on the inside. I don't know. I really like this. I've been wearing it in my back pocket, but we envisioned it as more of like a front pocket thing. I love it, man. I'm really happy about this. There's another proto wallet that I wore that we haven't released yet, that we should be releasing soon, that I wore actually before this. So we have another wallet that's been in the works for 6 months that I also really, really like. And that one was also designed for a front pocket. I wore it in my back pocket and loved it. So there's another wallet design coming soon. Yeah, Derek says, "Will the Dublin patina at all?" I just showed that a bit, but yeah, it's awesome. Like, see how the corner's darkening a bit, and then like the luster is much brighter than it was before. It's just aging really, really well. And I don't know if I can get this to work. There you go. See that? I mean, it's not doing the best job, but it's super nice, man. And I don't polish this thing. I don't do anything. I just wear it and forget about it, which is what we design our items for. They're designed to last forever and without fussing. So I'm surprised how many people are here with a stream titled Ashland Leather Co. live stream with no agenda. Maybe I should just turn on the camera every now and then. But while I'm here, I can answer your questions. Jerdoby, what's up, Jerdoby? Cliff says, "Do you think the embossing will make the cordovan stiffer? I'm not sure if the correct word I'm looking for." Yeah, that is a good word to use, and embossing or debossing does make it a little bit more firm. We describe the firmness or softness of leather with a word called temper. So the temper can be very boardy and firm and stiff, or it can be very round, or it can be very soft and drapey. Those are words that we use to describe temper. Can they emboss a tumbled shell? Tumbled shell is much more flexible. The tumbled shell does have a softer temper to it. Anytime you sort of tumble the leather and pound it with the pins in the tumbling mill, it sort of loosens up the fibers inside. So if you imagine all the fibers of the leather that look kind of like this, like a big wet web or like a big bowl of spaghetti, when you start to move them around, they become a little more separated and a little looser, and you get a little bit of a softer feel from that. You can emboss the tumbled shell. It would ruin the reason to tumble it in the first place. It sort of would like negate all the tumbling and just overlay on top of that. But what might be super cool would be to emboss it and then tumble it, because there's actually a technique. What do they call it? You basically like give the leather like a head start on a tumble pattern. They call it a tumble assist. So you can assist the tumbling by like giving it a little impression first. So you deboss it or emboss it first and then tumble it, and it will take form a little bit more to whatever that texture you pressed into there was. So I would do it that way as opposed to embossing it on the end. So like if I hit it with my favorite Western print, like I'd hit that and then tumble it, it might look super crazy. I don't think we've ever done that. Will the Dublin patina at all? I answered that. Sorry, I'm all mixed up on this chat. They would perfectly replace the jumbo binder clip I carry in my front pocket. That reminds me of my father-in-law. Before I was with his daughter, he was carrying like a rubber band from like a broccoli thing. And I was like, dude, we gotta hook you up with a wallet. And now he's a big fan. Jim Wiles says, is all your leather veg tan? And that's a really good question. I'm running my head through all the stuff that we use. Everything is either veg tanned or half veg tan that we use. So the Dublin leather, which is what my wallet is, Dublin is veg tanned. The Shell Cordovan is veg tanned. The Chrome XL is combination tanned, which is confusing, and that's something that Esteban and I should talk about in a video about leather retanning. But the gist of it is you can tan the leather to take out all the fats that are going to rot away, and then sort of strengthen those fibers again in a process called chrome tanning. But you have to do something called retanning, because you took out all the oils that are nourishing those fibers to give them a little structure. If you don't retan it, you basically end up with like a potato chip, and it would just crack. So we retan Chrome XL with vegetable tree barks, with a veg tan. So you can have a chrome with the veg on top, and that's called a combination tan. That's what Chrome XL is. And I think that's how they came up with the name Chrome XL. It's like a little bit more than Chrome. Hopefully that answers your question. But we use a lot of leathers. You can see them in like the one shots and the coasters. Like I've been trying to do some things from like leathers that we've just collected over the years. Some of those, I was trying to think, like the Whaler that I love, I think that's combination tan too. We might have used a leather called Vermont that Horween makes. That's like a full chrome. It's like super soft and drapey. It's really nice. Usually they tumble it to get a nice tumble pattern. Let's see. What's up, Renee Lopez? How you doing, man? Jonathan says, thinking about getting my father a custom wallet soon. Could we discuss it over the phone instead of email, just so I can get your take really fast? Yeah, Jonathan. The best thing to do for me would be to send me an email and we can set up a time together. So hit me at phil@ashlandleather.com, phil@ashlandleather.com, and I will get that email and we'll set up a time to chat. No problem, man. I'd love to help out, get your dad a wallet. Jim Weil says, is there a standard bifold? Yes. We have what I consider to be a standard bifold. We call it the Johnny the Fox. And when I think of a standard bifold, I think of, like one bill slot with, 6 card slots on the inside. Ours has hidden slots underneath it also, but we make that in a bunch of different leathers. It's called Johnny the Fox. And it's kind of old school. It's like what I would think of if you say the word wallet. Like I envision that. I think most people think of a wallet and like think of that wallet. Can you make a Johnny in a Capone format? That's an interesting question, Cliff. We have a special customer that wants to make a lot of international wallets with us. And I've been working on it before them too, but when we launched the Capone, we have a lot of non-US dollar carrying customers that need to carry a little bit larger paper money. And people were kind of bummed out that like we couldn't get them a Capone for yen or like some of the taller euro bills. So we've been thinking about an option for that. The thing that we got working right now is kind of like, it's like instead of the card slots being like horizontal where you drop your card in this way, it's kind of like the Tony the Ant or the Bugs Moran where you drop them in through the sides. So we got an idea working that's kind of like a huge Bugs Moran with like a money clip in the center. We'll see how that turns out. We're trying to figure that one out still. What's up, Tremaine? How you doing, man? There's so many good familiar names here. I'm really glad that you guys came to hang out for like a random. What day of the week is it? Wednesday. Derek says, too many cards in my Court of Johnny the Fox. Gotta have overflow for business cards, receipts, and cash old school. It's funny that you say business cards. We've tried to make some stuff for business cards, and I noticed, at least on my cards, they're white, and then our logo's like red and blue. But I noticed that when I had tried to put business cards in this, a lot of the color crocks off or rubs off onto my business cards, and they end up looking a little dirty. So you can't. I'm trying to come up with a way to make like a non, like this is like a form fitted slot where the leather's gonna like hold it tight. I'm trying to make a case that's like a card case that's a little bit more formed, like the body of the case is like structured in itself without having to have the cards in it. So we don't have that like the friction to get some of the color to rub off. So we've got some ideas for like wet molding on some veg stuff, and we were just talking to somebody this week about like building like little frames. So maybe there'll be something there. We'll see. JR says, any plans on a Slim Johnny? So the Johnny the Fox that we originally released like 9 years ago or whatever now, we designed that to be the thinnest one possible. We still sell it, but that's the reason we had the horse hides custom made for us from Horween, is we needed I always thought like a thinner bifold was better. I kind of always have liked a little bit of like thinner wallets, but what we've noticed is people don't seem to agree. There's this perception that that thicker leather is like inherently better. Could be. I mean, in my experience, like it more depends on like what the tannage is of the leather itself. So we originally designed the Johnny the Fox to be the thinnest we could possibly get it without having it rip, which was the whole goal. And to this day, we've made, I don't know, many thousands of Johnny the Foxes. I think I've only seen one rip, and I don't think it was from the thin interior ripping either. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. Years ago we saw one rip. It had sent back and we replaced it. But that was the original idea for the Johnny the Fox. Like, I like the thin stuff. I was trying to make it as thin and strong as possible. But it seems like more people are into like shell interiors now. And if you notice, like I can't keep the 100% color 8 shell Foxes in stock. Like people are really excited about those, and they're super badass. And we've been doing even better work on them now than we had before. Like we're a little bit finer detail on our finishing. And they're amazing. I just can't make them because I can't get that leather to be naturally thin enough. So it's a bit of a challenge. But Zanochild M says, I use the one shot to carry my business cards when we can travel again. Let me know how that works, because it depends on, I suppose it depends on your business cards. I bought like the thickest ones that Moo makes, and I can only put a couple in, and it like they get really packed in. I'd be really curious to see if you have that same problem that I had, where the color started to come off onto the cards. So maybe your cards are a little bit darker to start. That'd be cool if you could use that. Sorry, I'm losing track of my chat. Renee says, I need to hit you up for new Fat Herbie. Renee, I got you. We do have a few Herbies in stock, and I can always like custom stuff too. By the way, hopefully this camera doesn't turn off. Like I said, this is just a test. We're just kind of hanging out for no reason. We're doing this custom shop thing now. It costs a little bit more money. It costs 10% more. So like, if the wallet you choose is $200, like the base price, and you want to custom it, we add $20. So what that does, like if you want to make something cool, like if you saw the blue reverse Herbie we did with the orange stitching, maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago, I lose track of time. That was like a super amazing wallet, and I basically handheld the customer through that process to like get him into a direction that was amazing. And we take that $20, or if it's a $300 wallet, we take $30, and that buys my time or my brother's time to like handhold you through the process. And we'll go down to our storage area where we keep all the leather, and we'll send you photos of like whatever you want. We can sort of guide you and like pick out like a really unique piece for you, and then we can lay over thread colors for you to see like a preview of what it would look like, and sort of like guide you into like a perfect thing. So it's like a pretty cheap price, but if you're into that, we're doing that now. But we also do like our normal stuff is also really, really nice. So if there's something on the site that's already exists that you like, I would save $20-$30 and grab one of those. Cliff says, by the way, wait. Gosh, I'm sorry, I keep losing my spot. Derek says, if you come up with a solution, email me. I'd love to ditch my ghetto binder clip. You might as well not use anything, man. Just use like a sandwich bag. Cliff says, by the way, thank you for the video you just sent me via email about the wallet I purchased. Oh yeah, Cliff, that's the one. You had that hand stitch one, I think. Sometimes it's hard for me to connect the wallets I see with like the names on the orders. But yeah, I think I messaged you about a raw shell Tony with some like cream stitching, and then you wanted like no stamp. And it was on the table this morning. I think we shipped it today. I could be wrong. Xanochild says, I have a tan double in one shot from my business cards. Nice. Okay. Business card idea. 3D print a 10 card thickness to do wet mold over. Yeah, Jim. What we've been doing for wet molding is we have like a laser. So we'll take, whatever pattern we want to make, and it's like, how do I describe it? So like, let's say you want a rectangle this big, you make a little bit bigger rectangle that fits around that rectangle. You lay over leather over the smaller rectangle, and then you press it down with the bigger rectangle, and we can make molds kind of like that. We've only tried one. It worked pretty well. So that's exciting. It still doesn't have a lot of structure. It does have a little bit of shape, but it's not like a very traditional veg that's like made for wet molding. It's not super firm because the cordovan, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be like soft and nice. But yeah, you can wet mold like that. Something about thicker leather just feels cooler and higher quality, even if it isn't. I get that, but you gotta imagine like we've made some thick, like this watch band. I'm still wearing this belt weight Apple Watch band. I've been wearing this for a long time too, and it's let me show you this guy. This is aging really well, and I probably should. I'm like really sweaty and gross. I should take a shower. But this guy is aging really well, and when I first started using this one, I thought it was way too thick. Let's see if I can get you a shot here. So the way that this is wearing in is super nice. Take a look at that. I mean, English tan Dublin, but it's really, really thick. How do I show you that? I don't know. I thought it was a little too, it's like, to me, it's still a little thick, but it's a look. It's like a different look. But like imagine if you had 4 layers. What would a Herbie be? 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Well, I guess you fold it in half, so it's really 6 layers of like super thick leather. It just gets gross. Like there's something also with the thickness that makes things harder to flex. So like the wallet would never close. So like, yeah, you say you want something super thick, but you probably don't. But you're right, it certainly feels like more intense, more substantial. Yeah, Jim, this is a good test. I mean, like, camera's focusing pretty well. Like, I didn't really mess with the settings at all. It looks great. This seems to work. I'm pretty happy. I think the next test is gonna have to be is if I can add some like, web browsers to this same stream, and like we can go shopping for Aldens together. Your normal is top shelf anywhere. Thanks, Don. Bob says, FYI, I was in Boston a week ago and wandered into the Allen Edmonds store and wound up talking about Chicago with the manager who asked if I knew about Ashland. Oh, that's cool, man. That's really neat. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the day for somebody to notice me in person. I want to go to like the grocery store and go like, hey, you're Phil from Ashland Leather. I go, yeah, and then I'll pull out my wallet and we'll like wallet high five each other. Yeah, that's cool. Dimitri So says, how are you connected to Grant Stone? Is one of your videos you unboxed the loafers and boots for someone on the team or what? So I met Wyatt, before I started Ashland. So we were both like little kids, basically, in our early 20s, I suppose, or mid 20s. And Wyatt was working for a factory his dad like suggested heavily that he goes to work at. And Wyatt had to come to the Tannery to source some leathers for the boots he was making for that small company. And I just remember meeting him, and we knew each other, and I would help him at the Tannery in my role of, working at the Tannery, like getting him his leather. And, I've kind of always been a fan of shoes and boots. It's in particular, like all the stuff made in the Horween leather. I don't know. I just love that material too much. I just like seeing it in product. And I guess with Wyatt, I think I just reached out to him a year ago now, like before everybody got locked down. I mentioned to him, I was like, hey, it'd be cool to have you come down and, bring some shoes down and we can just talk about shoes and stuff. And, I mean, we're not like hanging out in the weekend and calling each other, but, Wyatt's a great guy, man. So I know him, in a business sense and a sort of like pseudo casual friendship, but, that's how I know Wyatt. I know him from Horween. And I'm a big fan of their products. I wear the diesel boots they call it Dune Chrome Excel. And I like them a lot. My brother ordered the loafers you're talking about, and he really likes those loafers. I also bought some long wings for myself that I haven't really worn yet, but I really, really like the way they look. But yeah, I've actually sent a message to Grant Stone around Christmas time. And I mentioned that I thought it'd be fun to take a shop tour of their warehouse. They're kind of neighbors to us in Chicago here. They're over in Michigan. So I was going to drive over there and like try to do a video of like how to size for their shoes. Because selfishly I want to go over there and like see their stuff and look at all the shoes together. So that might be another good video for the future. Great patina on that Dublin watch band for those that asked about Dublin earlier. Yeah, I'm all Dublin right now. And that's what I was thinking about earlier is like I could have any rare piece of shell I want. I can have any wallet I want. I'm landed on this guy right now. So I guess that says something. And I suppose I'm surprised how much I like this because I've always loved the Herbie a lot. I still love the Herbie. But man, this guy's really holding up pretty well. Cliff says, "Oh, you ordered that Maduro cigar pre-order. That's cool." I actually saw that and got a little tempted, but I want to buy some more Aldens. I'm kind of pumped on that. I gotta talk to my buddies over at Alden to see who I should talk to, what source I should talk to. Yeah, Jonathan. So, maybe we'll end it on this. I should do this more often. It's always sort of a like, what's the priority for me? Because like right now, I don't know if you know this, but like I'll send a personal thank you video for every order we get, and I'm like, just before I turn on the camera here, I was doing those videos, but I'm like 400 orders behind from thanking people. So there's a lot of things that I have to do that also include like making sure my team gets paid and running payroll and like talking to the bank if I have to and developing new products. And like this morning I cut a bunch of wallets and was editing photos for a sale that we're going to be doing tomorrow. So there's just like, there's a lot. And I do think my number one thing is talking to customers. So that's why I think the thank you videos are important. And then the like pre-recorded YouTube videos I think are helpful because you could do a little bit more detail. Like seeing the leather, it's hard to see the quality of the leather in like a webcam. But that's why this video that we're doing right now is a pilot test for what I'll be able to do in the future. Perhaps tomorrow I'll turn this on. We'll do a live stream of like, hey, here's the wallets that we're shipping out. I might have to make like a time limit of like, I don't know how fast I'll be able to do it, but like, let's say an hour maximum, and we can go through all the stuff, like what I see on those leathers, is what I normally do. But at least this way I'll have this live chat, and then you guys can ask me any questions you want. So I'm pretty pumped with how easy this was to set up, and I'd like to do it again. Maybe we do it on like a weekly basis or a daily basis. I don't know. It's a time thing. And the note I was going to end it on is I'm going to be a dad in a month, which I haven't really announced to anybody. So in March, my world's going to change. So I need to figure out how to, interact with you guys. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm kind of scared. But I've been working with my brother, showing him how to use the camera a bit to perhaps do some videos if I can't get into the shop, to record some videos there, and then I can sit here at home and like narrate over them. It might be a good option to like continue to get you guys some content of stuff. Hey, thanks guys. I'm excited and terrified. I'm already busy. So we'll see, man. My future boss is about to be born in a month, so we'll see how that works out. It's gonna be fine, right? But thanks guys. Thanks Don. Thanks Jonathan. Thanks David. Thank you Jeffrey. Thank you Derek. Thank you Andrew. Thank you Javi. Hey, Javi's here. I don't know if I can call you Javi or Javier. My brother always calls you Javi. I don't know if you introduced yourself that way to him, but yeah. I mean, David, I'm already like barely sleeping. So yeah, I mean that the priority is going to be this new person that can't survive on their own. So that's got to be first. But I have a really amazing wife. I have a really amazing partner that is much more like loving and caring than I am. So I think she'll also do a good job, but it's going to be a team effort. She's taking a few months off of work. I'm planning to at least, I don't know how long I'm going to take. I think I'm going to play it by ear, because I've heard that like the first couple months, like all I can really do is just like be there to support, but I can't really like do any feeding and stuff. But I don't know how it's going to shake out, but we'll figure it out. The baby will not have a leather name, but do you know the that Cordovan that's like kind of green, and the Tumble Verdigris? Natalie Horween's horse is named Verdigris, which is pretty cool. Hey, thanks. That's Gig, right? I think Gregory's Gig. You called me out on that once, and I won't forget again. But no leather name. Although like Shell Cordovan kind of has a ring to it, like first name Shell. Cool guys. Shelly. That's not bad, man. Or Chrome Excel. Actually, Natalie Horween's other horse was named Chrome Excel. If you believe that. It's a girl. It's a baby lady, I've been calling them. So that would be cool, man. You don't know this. You probably don't know this, but like I also have a band. If I needed more stuff to do. So I'm actually we're recording 2 albums right now that like instead of doing this, I probably should be tracking the parts for those new albums. But yeah, I got a lot going on, and like obviously I love doing this. It's just like fun to chill and hang out and like answer your questions and see you guys. It's difficult to prioritize my time. I'll figure it out. I was thinking, like, speaking of not having enough time, I've been really wanting to make my future child a pair of like Cordovan baby slippers. And make like little moccasins or something, just because it'd be ridiculous. But yeah. We're probably not gonna be making purses for a while, but if you're into the things that we're trying to work on are like we've got some pouches that we've made a couple prototypes for that I really like. I have a wallet that's like ready to launch that we just haven't made. I have a zipper wallet that we used to sell like 10 years ago that we're gonna bring back. That's super awesome. I want to do. We have a shoe care kit that I'm like just starting to develop that I think is going to be really cool. I'm really excited about the shoe care kit. And then we have some concepts for doing some bags. So more like masculine type of things. I don't know if we'll do a shell purse anytime soon. The MagSafe wallet thing, like there's that and the RFID blocking stuff that we get asked about. But I don't know like how to test for RFID. Like I don't know how to verify that it's working. I gotta do some like call some electrical engineer buddies and see if they know what's up. And then the MagSafe thing, I need to buy a new iPhone. That's on me, man. Like I've been telling people we were gonna try the MagSafe thing for a while. I need an iPhone with the MagSafe in it to be able to develop for it, and I still have an iPhone 10 that I've had for 3 years. Just Me says, can I squeeze in a quick question? Yeah, man. And I'm going to wrap it up too. Any leather suggestions for a black watch strap that will age well and look good even if it gets scratched? Yes. And it's actually a good answer because it's like one of the cheaper leathers. This is English tan Dublin. I would suggest black Dublin, and I think I have some belt weight black Dublin. That's thick. This is a belt weight thickness also. Sorry, it's not focusing. Oh, okay. So this is also thick. See that scratch there? Like if I just give that a little bit of heat or friction, that scratch will fade away. And I actually kind of like the way it looks. Like a little beat up. But the black Dublin will give you a sort of same effect. Just be black. So I would suggest a belt weight black Dublin watch band in whatever size you want. And Jonathan, we'll end it on that question. I don't think we'll make boots. I did have a really weird notion that it might be smart. It's not. To buy a huge property in Chicago here, and maybe I shouldn't say this, and have a huge place that is a leather tannery, a Ashland, and like a boot maker in the same facility, and do a lot of the concepts that we've been doing with Ashland, where it's like just crazy stuff. Like right now, like we have Skip and I have similar philosophies, like where we're just gonna try crazy things because we think it would be awesome. and then make it. And I think it'd be so cool to have like that vertical stack of like, you got the material and all the craft people to make all the stuff like in one small shop. That's probably not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, but I think that'd be cool. Yo, what's up, Daniel? And Madden Gamers. Best vegetarian, Shell Cordovan. Oh, you know what? The Shell Vibergs I have are my favorite. Well, honestly, like the Shell original Shell Fat Herbie that I made is my favorite. But you know, if I didn't have to choose my own, if I had to choose somebody other than me, it's the Vibergs. All right, test is over. We did it. Everybody came to hang out. We had a weird random chat. I'm pretty happy with this. The video looks good. The audio probably sounds okay. And yeah, we did it. So I'm gonna go take a shower because I'm super nasty, and I also have to figure out how to stop streaming this thing. Nice. Well, I'm glad it sounds good, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out for this random chat. Maybe I should just turn on the camera every now and then.